Alright guys, who broke the robot?
Hello everyone, I'm a Broken Robot. There has always been a bizarre trend within the Minecraft player base that the average vanilla survivor world will only stay fun for about 2 weeks. While there's no concrete reason for why this happens, most people start a world with a list 10 pages long of things they want to do, only to find themselves scraping the bottom of their idea barrels just 2 weeks later. That's why today we're going to talk about some unique ways to help your Minecraft world stay interesting and help you start projects that will encourage you and your friends to stick with the world for as long as your heart desires. Before we hop into this list, please keep in mind that while I might list guidelines or rules for some of these tips, just know that you can customize your own world in any way you please, so feel free to leave other ideas or modified versions of my ideas in the comments down below. Anyway, let's hop into ways to keep your vanilla Minecraft world interesting. The first and most suggested way to spice up any survival world that has grown dull is to build a village. I'm assuming at this point in the game, yourself or the other players on your world have contacted a village, or maybe even gone as far as to imprison some villagers in their homes for convenient trading. Regardless of if you have access to villager trades or not, building a village from scratch not only gives you an opportunity to build more structures, but also helps you make your world feel more lived in. If you're looking to get the most out of this project, I would suggest not building standard village houses. Instead, make custom homes that either fit a theme or mash together a bunch of different designs that look like a town or small city. Make sure to build paths in to decorate the villager interior houses to make it seem like the villagers are actual people, not just mindless NPCs. If you're looking to go above and beyond, it may help to include business buildings for the villagers to work inside of, instead of just assigning their jobs inside their homes. That way, every day you and your friends will see the villagers travel to and from work each day, making it feel like you've built a functioning community. Next up on the list is experimenting with redstone. While I've never been a huge redstone enthusiast, I understand why some people love it and hate it. The truth is that even a novice redstone user like myself was able to make redstone machines through trial and error that either save me some time or complete a task for me. I'd suggest installing a redstone piston door within your house, as it's the simplest and most effective way to use redstone. If you have the space for it, try installing redstone lights and or booby traps, which can be practical for improving your quality of life. But if you're new to redstone, it will take some trial and error to get the hang of things. If you're looking to build something like a mob grinder or an automatic farm, I would suggest looking up guides or tutorials to help you get started. There's no shame in using tutorials, as many YouTubers have made dozens of fine contraptions that can do everything from harvesting your wheat for you to bombing your friends back to the Stone Age. Next up on this list is my personal favorite, upgrading a pre-generated structure. Fun project that can give you and your friends something to do in your downtime on the server is restoring a pre-generated structure. To get the most use out of your effort, I would suggest selecting a structure that spawns in a biome your home base is not already located within, as well as several thousand blocks away. When selecting a structure to restore, it's important to think of what kind of restoration project you're going for. Looking to make a beautiful building? Turn a desert temple or ancient city into a gorgeous palace. Looking to make a building look vanilla but just upgraded? Turn a jungle temple back into smooth stone to make it look like the original builders haven't been dead for the past 2 centuries. An example of me using this strategy in my own survival world was clearing an ancient city of the skulk fungus and restoring the buildings to what I believe they looked like before the skulk fungus took over the ancient cities. Definitely need to use a little imagination, but you and your friends will easily be able to spend hours turning a desert well into a mega structure. Now, if you don't like the idea of having to build that much, or you just have flaky friends on the server, this next idea might be perfect for you. I'd highly suggest building a zoo. It might sound a bit silly, but after you've built enclosures for the basic mobs, it becomes a challenging fetch quest. To complete this task, you and your friends will have to build enclosures for all cageable mobs in Minecraft, meaning everything except the Warden and the Ender Dragon are fair game for this project. There is no right or wrong way to do this. Some may want to build a detailed looking zoo with elaborate enclosures and a guest area, while others might build it in the style of a prison that's caging hostile mobs. Much like with the other ideas on this list, you get the most if you use your imagination, but it's less focused on builds and more focused on how you're going to get that polar bear across 3,000 chunks. This next idea is perfect for people who like to end in the nether. An easy way to become immersed in Minecraft is by building a house. Now, most likely, if you're watching this video now, you've most likely already built a shelter for yourself and friends. Well, do it again, but this time in the Ender Nether. While this might sound like an impractical waste of time and resources at first, let me ask you, how many times have you died while searching for an end city or nether fortress only to end up dead again while running through the Ender Nether naked trying to find your stuff? To solve this problem, build a base that can not only defend your portal or stuff, but also has multiple rooms with crafting materials and usable blocks for future crafting. If you're looking to go above and beyond, decorate your otherworldly base with paintings and carpet to make it feel far more homely than it should be. If you decide to make a nether base instead of an end base, also incorporate farms to grow resources you may want to take back with you into the overworld, saving you time and a headache when a ghast inevitably knocks you into a sea of lava. This next idea is pretty simple and straightforward, but can be a load of time and take hours depending on how far you want to go. Now, I know most of you at one point built a house out of diamond blocks as a child. Don't lie, we all did it. The reason we did this is because, even with netherite being a stronger material, the diamond is still the most famous and sought after material in Minecraft. Instead of hiding your diamonds away in a chest, build a massive treasure room where you can stack your diamond blocks and display it for your friends. If you want to be Scrooge McDuck, use gold blocks, or a combination of gold and iron and diamond blocks. Bit by bit, your treasure room will become more and more grand as you fill it with more treasure. The more creative you are, the more satisfying it can be. Make your treasure room look like the inside of a bank vault, or maybe make it look like Smaug's treasure room from The Hobbit. Put some booby traps to keep players from going into your treasure room, but obviously, my dear viewer, don't forget all the mining you'll have to do to fill up said treasure room. This next one will be a bit controversial, but it's an idea I stand by. Adding roleplay elements to your world or server is an easy way to make mundane building projects seem far more interesting than they really are. By adding roleplay elements, I don't mean like acting like YouTube kids Minecraft streamers, but maybe come up with a story for why things are the way they are in your world. An example of this was on an SMP world that stayed active for nearly a year. Myself and 7 other players had built large villages, and while there were no roleplay elements, we gave each other titles: king, mayor, governor, stuff like that. A minor roleplay element like titles encouraged my friends to continue progress on their villages, and even laid the framework for wars, religion, and all other kinds of in-game world building that turns Minecraft from a sandbox game into an RPG. If you're in a solo world, you can still do this too. It can be as simple as, today is your dog's birthday, I'll have to gather some materials to bake him a cake, to, I'm the last surviving human on a post-apocalyptic Earth that has been scarred and changed by nuclear war. I alone carry on humanity's torch. But regardless of how you do it, adding roleplay elements to Survivor World can make mundane tasks feel far more rewarding. The final idea on this list is an interesting one. Thanks to the new update, archaeology is now a new part of the Minecraft world. While the sniffer and ancient plants are a nice touch, what if you instead did some real archaeology? In every chunk there's a chance for 6 different forms of bone fragments to spawn, and if you go into certain nether biomes you can find dozens of bone blocks. Build a research center and try to reconstruct the creatures that once roamed the server. While this idea may seem cut and dry, if you implement some of your own elements to the bone structures, you can make almost proto-dinosaur displays that not only are fun to construct, but look great. If you want to go the extra mile, consider building a museum where you can display not just the bones you've collected, but other rare items you may have uncovered during your adventures. Well, if you've stuck around this long, I hope some of my tips for making Minecraft fun again helps you and your friends grow to love Minecraft as much as I do. If you have any tweaks to my ideas, or ideas of your own, leave them in the comments down below, and I'll be sure to check them out. I hope you all have a great day, go play some Minecraft, tell someone you love them today, and stay cool.